Alright, so for the past few days, I've been seeing a decent amount of commotion again about Origin on Twitter and a little bit on YouTube as well. We have not talked much about Origin. Personally, I have not been mentioned. I think I've only made like 3 videos on Origin the past 6 months because there hasn't been much information. They threw us this, trailer, right? Which the trailer looks fantastic. There's a nice The Apocalypse hints that, stuff like that. It seems like it will be like, a Genshin style game that's 7 Deadly Sins and hopefully better than Genshin, hopefully. And seems to be a game heavily inspired by Grand Cross, given that it has animations based on Grand Cross and the models are probably all from Grand Cross and stuff like that because it's from the Marble. But again, not much information has come since this trailer other than this article I talked about, which I'll mention in a bit. But there's also commotion because we have actually, for the first time, seen the picture, the icon for the game in the beta, Cube beta launcher. The Cube launcher is, I think, the only place where the PC version of the game will be. The indication is that it will be a PC, mobile, and console game. And you can see the icon bigger here. That's how it looks like. Might be a hint on how the art style for the game is going to look like, but honestly not much to say other than that. And this is the only thing, like this icon alone brought back a little bit of interest in the game because we have not had any information for so long at this point. And I've already talked about this. They already notified us a few months ago that it's coming soon in 2023. Now, there is something that I don't recall seeing in this launcher, and I'm sorry if you can see properly because I have my whole screen showing. It's very small words, but the Metaverse World Incorporate. I think a few weeks or months ago, Marble has been acquired, or at least a portion has been acquired by Metaverse World and stuff like that, because I think all of their games in this launcher, can I go here, have it, even the ones that I think will not be Metaverse games. So we'll see how that will go, because this launcher is supposed to be, it's Grand Cross S and Grand Cross W will never just not be funny. This launcher is for both, right? You see like Meta Tennis, that's like, oh my god, it's gonna be awful. I can already tell by the graphics, it looks like a cheap mobile game. This will be like a Metaverse game, but a game like Origin, we're not sure, right? Might be, might not be, we'll see. In the case of it being, I will actually mention it, but what I want to talk about is a lot of people have been asking me, what is Origin? I feel like the lack of information has made a lot of people unaware of what Origin's supposed to be. And it's very weird. I've been getting a lot of people on stream asking me, what is this Origin thing you guys keep talking about? And, I just mentioned, it's an open world game developed by Marble that is supposed to be a spiritual successor to Grand Cross. There's an article by GameWith. GameWith is a popular Japanese website that interviewed one of the lead developers. That was back in February, right? Again, we have not had anything since. I'm starving to know about Origin. Like, the only stuff that I'm looking forward to right now, gaming-wise, is Origin and Black Clover Mobile. There's nothing else. Like, genuinely, nothing else. Even though we have seen these leaks for the One Piece game coming out, but that One Piece game, which is supposed to be just like Grand Cross, is apparently Chinese only. So if it's stuff like that, I'm not very that interested. But Origin is very interesting because it's supposed to be based on 7 Deadly Sins, but not using the original story. And what is funny is that we are starting to get to the end of the story in Grand Cross. So I don't know what's going to happen, right? So if I go here on Grand Cross, I have the game open up. Go here on my, click the wrong thing, sorry. On my story here, we'll see that we end chapter 24 with Mael showing up. And yes, there's probably 10 more chapters they can do I think, until the end of the story, depending on how packed those chapters are. But then the story is going to be done, and we don't know if we're going to be covering Knights of the Apocalypse. I have not read Knights of the Apocalypse just yet, because to me, like, I read very fast, and there's only like under 70 chapters, I think. I saw that's why I saw on the Crunchyroll app, like under 70 chapters, and I'll just read that in one day. So I haven't really been, you know, in a rush to read it. But Origin will be covering Knights of the Apocalypse, because we saw, to go back here, the character in here, right? And I'm not very familiar. So last time when we saw the trailer, I said this is Meliodas' son, and apparently it's not. It's someone else. So, but I will read it. Don't worry. But it will be based on Seven Deadly Sins. It will probably have an original story based on those characters, which honestly, it says the story based on the Seven Deadly Sins multiverse. So honestly, I'm very hyped. Genuinely, this could be like some of the fights that we never got to see that we all think about, right? Bond versus Ascanor. Just that's an obvious fight that they have to do. Bond versus Ascanor, a true Meliodas versus Eldris fight, right? Like a real one, because like in the story, they didn't have a real fight, right? Like we had Ascanor versus Eldris, but we didn't have like a proper Meliodas versus Eldris, right? That would be sick to see. You know, many things. There are many things they can do. And I'm very excited. So looking forward to 2023. I'm sorry that I couldn't provide any more info. But just again, there's been this new wave of interest and stuff like that. But to end the video, I actually want to talk about this metaverse thing. So if you're not interested, it's fine. But I think it's important. Of course, with them putting in the actual Origin, you know, page, copyright at Metaverse World Incorporate. I think it's important to talk about, obviously, they have already, you know, implemented a system of crypto into one of their games, which is in Okuni. I have been keeping up with Seaton's videos because he's obviously a great content creator. And even though I didn't really like the Okuni, I played on the first day. It wasn't really my thing. I still kept up with Seaton's videos, and he did make a video on the crypto system that is implemented in Ninokuni. And, you know, it's very standard. It's what I expected. As someone that also has, I was really, you know, heavy into crypto for a few months. I, you know, got to understand basically almost everything about it. And with how it is implemented, it was basically how I expected. Essentially, you grind up a certain currency, then you can exchange the currency in-game for this cryptocurrency, and then you can sell it for real money. That's how the currency is. The fundamental issue with currencies like these is that they will always devalue. If there's no reason for someone to buy the cryptocurrency, obviously, if everyone is just selling the currency, it's just gonna devalue the currency. So that's an issue that, you know, Seaton even talks about in his video. It's a great video, by the way, if you are interested in watching it. If I don't forget, I'll link it in the description. And if Origin has a system like that, it won't actually be that big of a deal. The way I see it, again, I haven't played, but from I watched the video and I've been watching Seaton's videos. The way it's implemented in Ninokuni, it's like a very small part of the game that you genuinely do not have to interact with. It's just like, it's an extra thing that's just there, right? And you genuinely do not have to worry about it. It's not evasive, and, you know, it's just there if you want to, you know, interact with it. And that's how I hope, if they implement it in Origin, that's how I hope they do. Because, like, honestly, again, as someone that was in the I guess crypto community and in the in the space of crypto, and obviously in the space of gaming for however many years, in the current gaming landscape, I do not see crypto gaming being successful right now. Genuinely, and you know, if you are someone that thinks that, you know, I heard all the arguments and I've experienced it myself. Again, I was in the space, and I'm telling you right now, I do not think currently games that are crypto based will be successful right now. Maybe in 10 to 20 years, but right now, I don't think so. So in the way that Inokuni does it, it's really not too bad. So if they do implement it, I just hope they do it like Inokuni, and if it is, that's fine, you know. I would probably engage with it because, again, I am someone that I am actually interested in crypto. And I am, even though interested, I also I do look at reality, and I see that it does not work as well as the people who are hoping it does, as people hope it does. But yeah, let me know what you think of this as well. I don't mind it. If it's like just like this, I genuinely don't mind it, and I think it won't be the most successful thing. It probably will be a coin that will devalue very soon, so I'll probably just take my profit as soon as possible and stop dealing with it. But if they learn from their mistake here with Ninokuni, and I don't know, this was in June, maybe they have changed how it is, maybe, probably not, honestly. These things take years to really develop. If they learn from their mistakes of how they did it on Inokuni and implement it properly on not Grand Cross, Origin, sorry, Grand Cross 2, basically. If they implement it properly on Origin, I think it won't be too bad. But that's about it. Let me know what you think.